What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Some new Nordic support just came out, and I'll actually front load it so we can do that. What I'm planning to do is go over the new cards, and then right after, we'll go over every single Nordic card that's ever existed, because I have no idea what this deck does. I thought there was one that was banned for a while, but I think I'm mixing it up with someone. This is pretty unexpected and random, but as I'm looking through, and as you can see here, like, these are just one-ofs of each. So there's a lot of cards in this archetype. 26 main deck cards, and the extra deck, I guess, is pretty small. We'll see if any of those are any good. I'm assuming they are, because if they're going to do a new wave support, you know, wouldn't they also have extra deck support? I'm not sure. But we'll go card by card, and we'll just check it out. So this is Ivaldi of the Nordic Smiths. I'm sure. Who knows what this will actually be called. But if you control a Nordic or Acer monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, that's a free special summon, not too bad. Obviously, you're going to be making a deck around it. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Nordic relic card from your deck to your hand. And we'll see what those cards are, those relic cards are. I think it's the spell ones. And I think this is also counts as one. Well, that's pretty good. That's a good way to start. Certainly, it's a free special summon plus search. Alright, this is Gilly Bursty of the Nordic Beast, sure. For a Synchro Summon, you can substitute this card for any one Nordic tuner, which this is actually very, very nice, because I looked quickly, and these require, like, specific tuners, like, which is very silly and stupid. So it's like, hey, let's get rid of that. That's dumb. So that's obviously a very good kind of start to this card. You can only use each of the following effects of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one Nordic monster from your hand. Alright, great. Either one, too. Then it says you can target one Nordic monster in your graveyard, accept a copy of itself, add it to your hand. Alright, cool. It just does these cards do a lot, so I'm assuming this needs a lot of help, obviously. These are, like, good cards. This is Nordic Relic something. Let's keep it with that. Special summon one Nordic monster from your deck. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while the summoned monster is face up on the field, except Acer monsters. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Nordic monster from your deck to your hand, then shuffle one card from your hand into the deck. You can only use one. Yeah, that's what I thought. You can only use one of the effects per turn. Otherwise, that'd be pretty nuts. But being able to special summon from the deck, obviously, Drytron appreciates that effect very much. So, good stuff. And also, it's like barely restrictive. As soon as you can get off the field, you're like free to do whatever you want again. All right. And now we have the last new card that was announced. This is Nordic Relic Svalin. If you control an Acer monster, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. You contribute one Nordic monster, then target one Acer monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Really? Like, yeah, these are Acer monsters. Okay, like, that's pretty wild, isn't it? Yeah, and this also, you can search it through Ivaldi. What the? Okay. If this card is special summon, okay, so you can activate Relic to special summon Smiths to get this card in your hand. Huh. It's like a skill drain for for everything. Okay, like, that's, I don't know. This is not what I expected out of Nordic cards, but I'm glad I took a look at this. Are the other cards just garbage? Let's see. This is Fernir, the Nordic Wolf. This is a level 10, 4,000 attack. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon from your hand to your opponents in defense position during the main phase 2, while an Acer monster is on the field. If no Acer monsters on the field, destroy this card. At the start of your battle phase, change all defense position monsters you control to face-up attack positions. Okay, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a real card. I don't know what to say. Don't use that card. There we go. This is something the Nordic Serpent. This is a 3,000 attack. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon from your hand to your opponent's field. I guess a lot of these do that. While an Acer monster is on the field. If no Acer monster is on the field, destroy this card. If this face-up defense division position card you control is changed to face-up attack position, take 3,000 damage. Alright, so you're burning your opponent for 3,000. I don't think that's very good. Okay, so this is something the Nordic Alpha, When this card is normal summon, you can target one Nordic monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. That might not be so bad. Oh, never mind. It's a level 5. Cool. Useless. This is Tier, the Nordic champions. Your opponent's monster cannot target Nordic monsters for attack except this card. If there are no Nordic monsters on the field, destroy this card. Wow, this is like ice barriers. Like the old cards are just really that bad. Okay, and I guess that makes sense. I think this is really old. This is Gold Facts of the Nordic Beast. If your opponent controls a synchro monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Garbage. Okay. Are one of these cards good? Elvis, the Nordic Alpha. If only this card is banished by the effect of a Nordic Link monster, you can send to the graveyard one Nordic monster you control and 2 Nordic monsters from your deck whose total levels equal 10. Then special summon one Acer monster from your extra deck. If an Acer monster in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent, except by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon one Acer monster from your extra deck with a different name from the cards in your graveyard, and you can only use this effect once per turn. Wow. Okay, we guess we'll have to skip here now real quick. This requires at 1 level 5 or lower Nordic monster. Oh, it's a Link 1. Cool. This card is Link Summon. You can banish up to 3 cards from your hand and or field, and if you do, special summon that many... Yeah, up to. Special summon that many Nordic monsters from your deck in defense position. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except Acer monsters, nor normal summon set any monsters. You can only use this effect of this card's name once per turn. So I guess the idea is that you normal summon one of these, use one of them to banish this one. Okay, well that's pretty good. So this must have been a part of the new support with the Link monster. Not bad at all. I hope these synchros are good, because otherwise it'd be really disappointing to have all these like good cards and then nothing to do with them. Okay, this is something, the Nordic Alpha, sure. When this card is normal summon, you can target one face-up monster you control except this card. Special summon one Nordic monster from your hand with a level less than or equal to... that's fine. And it can't be... I don't know. I actually don't like that one very much. I don't see that being used like very consistently. This is Vanadis, the Nordic Ascendant. For a synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any one Nordic tuner. That's what the new support does. That's good. This card is used as synchro material. All other synchro materials must be Nordic monsters, which is fine, because all of these are restrictive into this archetype. Once per turn, you can send one Nordic monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card's level becomes that level. That's pretty good. I like that a lot, actually, because you want to put some of these in the graveyard for sure. Nice. Garmer, the Nordic Beast. If this card battles a level... Okay, we can move on. This is something, the Nordic Beast. If this card is destroyed by... Okay, we can move on. This is Tangiskorster, the Nordic Beast. When a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard... Okay, we can move on. Mara, the Nordic Alpha. When using this card as sync material, the other sync materials must be 2 Nordic monsters in your hand. Wow, it's just literally a restrictive card. It's just like, yeah, you're not going to be able to use this card a lot. No. Oh, what? Oh, 2 Nordic monsters in your hand. Never mind. I don't know. It's kind of bizarre. Being able to synchro summon from your hand, but using 3 resources, you're going -2 for 1 synchro monster, it feels like. None of these really have effects when they hit the graveyard either. Huh. Yeah, that's just not very good in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like that's the greatest card of all time. This is Murmur of the Nordic Ascendant. Once per turn at the start of the standby phase, if you control a Nordic monster and this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 spell from your hand to the graveyard to special summon this card. That's a little too nuts for me. This is Valkyrie, the Nordic Ascendant. Interesting. This is not treated as a Valkyrie card. That's funny. When this card is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no other cards, you can banish 2 Nordic monsters from your hand, special summon 2 tokens. Your opponent controls a monster and you control no other cards. That's just a little too restrictive for me. Like, maybe you side this in, but do you really want to? Okay, this is Diverg, the Nordic Alpha. After you normal summon this card, you can normal summon 1 Nordic monster during the main phase this turn in addition to your normal summoner set. Now we're getting somewhere. That's pretty heat. You can only gain this effect once per turn, which makes sense. If this face-up card on the field is sent to the graveyard, target one Nordic relic card in your graveyard, add that to your hand. That is obviously a very good card, so shout out. Okay, this is an equip card. I doubt it. Equip only to an Acer or Nordic monster. It gains 800 attack. Oh, okay. If this face-up card in the field is destroyed by a card effect, and it can be your own. So if this... okay. Because this is a Nordic relic card. If there's a way to destroy your own cards, and I don't think I've said anything so far that does that, that's pretty good, or could be. Especially just how good this trap card is. This is the field spell. Nordic monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. That's horrible. Golly. Okay, this is Glepnir, the Fetters of Fenrir. Add one Nordic monster. Oh, cool, a trap card that searches. Awesome. Banish one. Okay, this is Nordic Relic Gungnir. Banish one Acer Nordic monster you control. Then target one card on the field. Destroy it. Also, during your second end phase after activation, return the card you banished to activate this card on the field in face-up attack position. If this card is banished... Oh, I wish this was like if it was banished by any card. By any Nordic card. That would have been at least something to consider, but I don't think so, no. This is Nordic Relic Brisengammon. Target one face-up monster you control and one face-up monster your opponent controls. The attack... Oh, wow. That is really bad. Nordic Relic Magnuggjord. I don't know. Target one Acer Nordic monster you control. Its attack and defense become double. Wow, that's insane. Nordic Relic Leviathan. Target one face-up monster in the field that destroyed a monster by battle this turn. Wow. I don't think it gets much slower than that. Wow. Okay, here we go. This is what it comes down to. Yeah, I think this card was actually banned, maybe. Not sure. Odin, Father of the Acer. Level 10, Synchro. One Nordic Ascendant Tuner, so obviously the new card can be a substitute for that, plus two non-tuner monsters. I hate Synchros that have to have two non-tuners, but okay. Once per turn, you can make this card be unaffected by spell trap effects until the end of this turn. But I hate that your opponent can respond to that by like infinite impermanence. Once per turn during the end phase, if this face-up card you control was destroyed by your opponent's card effects sent to the graveyard this turn, you can banish one Nordic Ascendant Tuner from your graveyard, special summon this card. Cool, so this card does nothing other than maybe protect itself. That's awesome. This is Thor, Lord of Acer. One Nordic Beast Tuner, plus 2+ non-tuners. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. Once per turn during the end phase, if this face-up card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card and it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish one Nordic Beast Tuner from your graveyard to special summon this card. Again, it's like, oh, wow, like during your turn support, how amazing is that? Loki, Lord of the Acer. One Nordic of Alpha Tuner plus 2+ non-tuners. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell and trap card, even during the battle phase, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Neat. Once per turn during the end phase, if this face-up card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard this turn, you can banish one Nordic Alpha Tuner, special summon this card, then you can target one trap in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. Alright, so we have pretty much the best case scenarios. You summon this guy out and you have the trap because it gets rid of all the other monster effects, right? But that's it. That is a really small extra deck, and the other two cards are super underwhelming, like mega underwhelming. I'm going to expect that there's just going to be new Nordic like extra deck monsters soon. Let's go back over this. I know I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I want to go over the full effect because it seems like there's a lot of text on there. Okay, so yeah, like it's just a link one. Very cool. This card is link summon. You can banish up to 3 cards from your hand and or field, and if you do, special summon that many Nordic monsters from your deck in defense position. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except Acer monsters nor normal summon. You can only use this effect of this card's name once per turn. While this card points to an Acer monster, your opponent cannot target that monster with card effects. Also, monsters your opponent controls cannot target this card for attacks. Well, that's cool. It's neat. Like this says targeting, protection, I guess, at that point. Well, I'm excited and disappointed because like the new support is good, obviously, but there's no oomph. It's just like lacks the power. Now has the support cards around it, but I don't know how it's all gonna work out. At the end, maybe there's gonna be some kind of synchro shenanigans that you can go through and just maybe go into the Nordic that negates spells and traps, and then also get this and have maybe like a Borreload Savage Dragon. Like that would probably be pretty cool. But otherwise, like on face value, like 90% of the cards in this archetype are Garbanzo beans. So it's going to need a lot more than this. I like it though. Good cards are good cards, and I appreciate that. No wonder they're so powerful. But let me know what you guys think about the new support and this archetype in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.